If cooking feels intimidating, it's not because you're a bad cook. Hi, I'm Jake. I'm a chef and chocolatier with years of professional cooking experience. But that's not why I'm starting this YouTube channel. In my personal life, I've had a number of people ask me, how do you make this dish that you made? How did you do this? What was the technique you used to cook these vegetables? And while it's always flattering when people want to get advice from me, and I always want to help them as much as possible, I'm usually at a loss for words because I don't really follow recipes, and so I've never really had anything to give them. Sometimes I've found myself writing up recipes just to give friends because I didn't really follow a recipe in the first place. And while I totally understand wanting to have a recipe to cook, I don't find using recipes to be the best way to learn how to cook and to build confidence in the kitchen. There's no shortage of really awesome recipes out there on the internet and even here on Food YouTube. There are a number of great YouTubers that make recipe content, and I actually watch those videos myself and find them to be super entertaining. But my goal here on YouTube is a little bit different. I want to help you have the confidence to be able to break free from needing to use recipes every night for dinner. I want you to be able to come home from a long, busy day of work and not have to follow a recipe or be scrambling to get ingredients at the grocery store because you need to complete a recipe that you already have. I also would love for you to be able to have more variety in your dinners throughout the week. Essentially, I want you to not need to use recipes anymore, even if you might still want to from time to time. And the way that I like to think about learning to cook is through an analogy of language learning. I love learning languages, particularly Italian and Spanish, and I would also love to learn Japanese and French. I'm not a language learning expert, but when I go to learn a language, I don't just go to a dictionary and read a bunch of words and phrases. While you can get away with this strategy for a short period of time and maybe even have a couple conversations with locals, you're never going to be fluent in the language by utilizing that strategy. To become truly fluent in a language, you have to actually speak the language and put the reps in. You also have to learn the sentence structure, grammar, and the sounds that you make to speak that language. And that's what I'm trying to teach here with cooking. I'm going to make a full video breakdown about how learning to cook is kind of like learning a language. But for now, I just wanted to give a bird's eye view so you can build the confidence to be able to cook for yourself without having to follow recipes. This channel is going to be filled with cooking, experiments, ingredients, techniques, philosophy, and even a little bit of private chef and chocolatier content. And occasionally, or maybe more than occasionally, I'm going to ramble and go on tangents about food, cooking, and culture. If you've ever wanted to feel more confident in the kitchen, I hope you stick around.